Welcome, by the
Thank
way.
you very much. I'm fine. And you?
Good. Starting.
Last hour and as president.
Yes, exactly. The last meeting opened by me. Starting next week, Kata will take over. Woohoo! Yeah, it's gonna be fun times and interesting. Not to, I don't know, have the same routine. I think it's gonna be interesting to see how it is to be a member in Toastmasters. I'm very happy to see you. Thank you for joining. I can't wait for your speeches and evaluations and impromptu speeches. I hope you're all excited to be here. So we have no guests. If I'm wrong, let me know. The session, as usual, is recorded. So if you need us to keep your alibi and for people in your life not to know that you are here, maybe you want to close your cameras or just hide them while our PR department is taking pictures. And let's start the evening. So our mission here in Toastmasters is to come in front and expose ourselves with our goods and bads in order for us to grow both personally and professionally, and of course our self-confidence. And that's what we're doing here as well. And today in English, let's see if you are as rusty as I am and as fluent not as I am today. And for that, I'm gonna invite Cristi Sandru on the virtual stage to tell us what he prepared for this evening. Cristi?
Thank you, Ioana. Hello, everyone. This is going to be a short session, or a shorter session than usual. And as you probably already know, the theme of today's session is summer holiday vibes. And that's pretty much because summer is here, both in... Okay, did you hear something now? Okay, sorry. There we go, and it passed. Sorry, it's just my headphones apparently are... All right, I'll be doing this so that your ears will not go boom when this happens again. Sorry for that. So as I was saying, the theme for this session is summer holiday vibes, because I got the summer holiday vibes given the weather outside, the temperature, and the month of the calendar as well. With that being said, I wanted this to be a more audio-friendly session, and that's one of the reasons why I've asked all of you, are your ears still okay, or do you want me to... Is still okay? All right, good, good. That's the reason why I've asked you to say a song, a summer hit that you enjoy, and to share it with all of us. And I've also prepared a few others on the side. However, I will not be showing them during the session, but I'll be linking them afterwards to put you in the mood. Other than that, I've dressed a bit more colorful, and I also have here something that I have no idea how to say in English, which is called socată. So hopefully I will be forgiven for that. And with that being said, let's continue this session by inviting, before inviting, I'll tell you how this will happen. So as you probably know, we'll have a speech instead of just, instead of 2 or 3. And we're going, and Petra will be the person that will have all of our attention, sorry. So I'm just, oh, these headphones, they're killing me. I'm sorry. Can't wait for live sessions again. All right. After Petra's speech, we'll be having a table topics session where hopefully most of us or at least half of us will participate. And after that, we'll be hearing Petra's evaluation or evaluations, we shall see. And then we're going to end the session. So before we hear Petra's speech, I will, yes, the session will end today, unfortunately. If you expected anything else, I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint you. Okay, before we hear Petra's speech, I want to invite in front, technically speaking, the general evaluator for this session, Bianca, who will introduce the technical evaluators. And I want to tell you Bianca's answer to the question of the evening. So the question of the evening was, what holiday plan do you have or had in case COVID-19 destroyed it? And one summer hit that you enjoy. And Bianca's response is, I plan on going out and have fun with my friends as much as I can in order to make up for the last 4 months. As for the summer hit, Despacito. Not sure if you've heard it. It's a rather known song, I guess. Has only almost 7 billion views on YouTube. I question how that is technically possible. With that being said, Bianca, I invite you to present your role and your team. Thank you. Let's give her a round of applause.
Thank you, Christy. I hope that you all have summerish vibes. I want also to tell Christy's answer to... Okay, his answer is, I'm planning to go with my girlfriend to visit her parents in the countryside at the end of July. Also, his favorite summer hit is Gangnam Style. Also a very, very known song. Okay, okay, yeah, do the dance for us, please.
That was more than enough.
My role here tonight is to coordinate the evaluation team, which is divided in 3 parts. We have the technical evaluators, the speech evaluators, and a rather difficult evaluator, meaning the audience. Okay. First of all, I want to give you an advice to keep your microphone muted while someone else is speaking. And last but not the least, to enjoy this summerish session. First of all, I would like to introduce our grammarian. And she is Ioana, and her answer to our tonight's question is, my plan for this summer is to plan all holidays for the next year. Favorite summer hit? Didn't find it yet. We hope that you'll find this summer hit and share it with us. Ioana, please.
Thank you, Bianca. My role today as grammarian is to help you find the best pronunciation and the best way to use your English skills. I'm going to pay attention to the creative expressions you will use, and also I'm going to pay attention to the errors or mistakes you will make during your speeches, and I'm going to follow up at the end of the session with my report. And also my role would be to enhance your vocabularies, and I had to come up with a word of the evening. Honestly, I thought about it, and the only word I could think about, although you will hate me, is seaside. So for a summer vacation, I'm going to challenge you to use seaside also, although we are basically in a difficult position to get there, but maybe we can dream about it for a bit. So please take out of the closets your best English at hand and use it. And if you'll stay till the end, you're going to hear my report then. Thank you. Bianca?
Thank you, Ioana. Oh, I would really love to go to the seaside also, but I don't know, this year is pretty tricky. Our next evaluator is our A counter, meaning Marian Punzariu, and his answer is: I plan to spend 1 week on the mountains with my friends, and my favorite song from last year is Martyrs from Soon. I hope I pronounced it well. If not, Marian, please correct me. Marian?
Yeah, thank you, Bianca. It is Soyen. So you are close. So my mission tonight is to pay attention on the inappropriate sounds that we have during our speeches, and also if we have pauses or inappropriate pauses, especially. And the last one is to observe interjection, like ands, repetitive interjection, ands, and so on, and during so on, and something like that. And I'm doing this because I observe that in my case, I have a lot of and ends, interjection, when I speak in English, especially in English, because it is not my native language. And on the last part, I will coming back with my report. And I encourage you to take this role because it will be fantastic to observe the seaside of Thank you, and welcome back, Bianca, to virtual stage.
Thank you, Marian. And last but not the least, we have our timer, Julia Moldovan, who answered me at tonight's question like this. This summer, my holiday plan is not about a specific place, but about spending time with loved ones. One of her favorite song hit is Jubel from Klingade. Again, if I did not pronounce it well, please correct me. Julia?
Thank you, Bianca. Good evening, everyone. As the name of the role says, my mission today is to help you to manage the time during your speech. So I will alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, the yellow, and of course the red card, which denotes specific times remaining. For the speaker with a prepared project, the allotted time is 7 minutes. I will show the green card when you have 2 more minutes, the yellow card when you have 1 more minute, and the red card when the time is finished and it's time to stop your speech. For the table topic speakers, a counter and timer, the allotted time is 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise the green card. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. For the speech evaluator, the allotted time is 3 minutes. So I will raise the green card at 2 minutes. At 2.5 minutes, I will raise the yellow card, and at 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. For the general evaluator and grammarian, you have 5 minutes to speak, so At 3 minutes, I will show you the green card. At 4 minutes, I will show you the yellow card. And at 5 minutes, I will raise the red card. I will show up later with my report. Bianca?
Thank you, Julia. And with that, our evaluation team, the technical one, is ready to go, and I will invite Christy to present the other team. Actually, today we have only, no, we are all we are all a team, because I said in the beginning that us, the audience, is also an evaluator. Christy, please.
There we go. I was misclicking the unmute button. Very hard to do. Okay. Thank you, Bianca, for the introduction of your team. And now we will continue towards Petra's speech. Before we hear his speech, I want to ask his evaluator, Cătălin, to shortly introduce his speech, or Petra's speech, sorry, and to also mention something that he wants to tell us. Cătălin, please.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the first speech of the evening, the first and only speech of the evening. Petra is presenting a level 3 speech today about networking. Right? The project he is part of right now that he's presenting to us is a more complex project. It's not just a speech. It involves preparation and attending a networking event. So he had to prepare for how he would like to approach a networking event for it to be more effective. He's going to be telling us about networking experiences and about how to better make use of networking events in the base of this speech. Now, since we only have one speaker for today, and we're supposed to have more, I think we can try something a little bit different for the evaluation. There are ways to evaluate which involve the entire public. We could do a moderated evaluation where everyone can join for 1 or 2 points of evaluation. Instead of doing a full 3-minute evaluation, we're going to have multiple 1-minute evaluations where each of you would have the opportunity to bring in 1, 2, or 3 elements of feedback for Petra's speech. If you guys think this is a cool idea and you want to participate, you're free to break your roles and we can try doing this and have a little bit of fun in the extra time that we have practicing our critical thinking. All right, so it's a regular speech. We're going to be looking at evaluating it normally, all the technical elements on the topic of networking. And I hope for us to have an amazing evaluation section later on in the evening. Do take notes if you can, so you can present 1 or 2 points of feedback to Petra later on. Christy?
Thank you very much, Cătălin. I forgot to mention what Cătălin answered for the question of the evening. His answer goes like this. I actually wanted to go paragliding or skydiving this summer. In terms of music, nothing shouts summer to me like reggae does. So let's go with Summer Nights by Iration. I hope, I'm not sure if I pronounced it correctly. All right. As for Petre, he will deliver a speech between 5 and 7 minutes with the title Keep in Touch, but at a 2 meters distance, ha ha ha, COVID joke. And his answer to the question of the evening is, I don't have any holiday plans for this year. Most likely I will spend the summer in Cluj. Okay, Petre, please, you have the seat. Keep in touch. Petre.
Thank you. If you are all in Cluj, we can meet for the summer. No worries. No seaside for me. My attitude towards networking changed in time. In my youth, I tended to believe that performance is a strong predictor for achievement, for promotions, if you like. In time, I realized that this is not the case. There is actually a formula which states that performance sometimes can mean only 10% or can account for 10% of people success in a company. The other are perception, or how much, how many or how good relationships you have with your peers. After learning about that, I started searching for new ways for success, and I found that one of the predictors or one of the means to success is networking. And this is why I enrolled in this path, in this journey to improve my networking skills. Today I'm going to speak about what you're going to do after a networking event. What are the steps, or what are the suggestions for you to improve your networking skills and keep in touch with your network. The objectives for this speech were to attend a networking event. Unfortunately, due to COVID, the event was cancelled, but still I did the preparation, and I thought that it would be useful for everybody in this session to learn what I learned myself whilst preparing for the event. The event in scope is a half-yearly event. Once 6 months, we meet, all the company meets and just shares stories, and so the company offers us an opportunity to network, basically. The first event took place in November, and even though I had good conversations and I met a lot of people, nothing changed after the event. I was the same old guy with a very little to no network. So I decided to change that, and I found that Toastmasters has a dedicated speech for networking, and I read the script and the suggestions that Toastmasters have for that. The next event was supposed to happen on 30th of March, the one that I prepared for, but due to COVID, as mentioned before, didn't happen. And well, let's see what I've learned and what I prepare for that. First thing first is preparation. And I think this is key for everything in life, but also for networking. Because preparation gives you intent and focus. And this is important only or even only for the fact that you will pay attention on the dedicated people you want in your network. And doing that, you will learn what they like, what they dislike, and maybe you are able to help. So keep, pay attention to preparation. This is important before every networking event. Well, what to do after? Because after analyzing the first event that I attended, I realized that my gap is not the event itself, it's on what happens after the event. I never kept in touch, and this is why I have this speech, because I decided to keep in touch with as many people as I can. Well, and first thing you should do after such events is keep in touch. Email or phone or whatever you like, just message the persons in your network in order to let them know that you had a conversation, and if you can, personalize the text or the message that you send them for them to feel special, and of course to know that you paid attention. Well, keep in touch is not enough. Or what do you do when you keep in touch? At first, I had a lot of questions. First, how often do you keep in touch? Or what do you know? What do you say when you keep in touch? Well, because I was not very good at networking, I didn't have the answers for those questions. For the first one, how often you keep in touch, there is not a definitive answer. The guys on the internet say that you should keep in touch as long as you have interesting topics for the other person. But, and there is a but in here, you should keep in touch at least once a month with with your network. The second guideline that I will have to present today is that, well, you keep in touch, but what do you say? What do you say to those people? And I will tell you something about, well, it's not necessarily something to write in the email or in the text, but something to guide you to find the right information. And that is to be helpful and try to care about the person that you're trying to talk to. What do I mean by that? If, for example, in that event, I'm talking about container gardening, and you find a nice article about container gardening or gardening, you can always email me about that and just say, hey, look what interesting article I found. This might be interesting for you. What I'm trying to say is that whenever you find things that interest the other person, just text them, and do not just contact them when you need something from them. This is the part with caring about them, not necessarily wanting something, just helping them. Another thing that I would like to mention here is when you send them emails or notifications, do not brag about your accomplishments. So make them about them, not necessarily about you. Of course, you should tell them or let them know what's new in your world, but just do it like a statement, not necessarily just brag long sentences about what you did, what you accomplished, and how great guy or girl you are. Everybody, it's a good or great girl. Another thing, or the third thing you should do, and this is, I think it's also important at the event itself, but it's even more important when after the event, just try to prioritize. You do not have a lot of time, you're already busy. So prioritize how many and the most important people you want to be in contact with, and just keep the closest relationships to those. Prioritize lets you or gives you the opportunity to focus on the one or the people that help you achieve the goals that you would like. For example, if you are in a company or a corporation and you would like to change teams, maybe you would like to focus on your new peers or the manager that in the new team, just to have a good relationship and start letting them know, or for them to let you to know. And if the opportunity arises, you can just have easier conversations about moving. Because I'm out of time, I'm just going to give you one do not do example of something that you should not do in those notifications or those moments you keep in touch. Well, everybody uses social media, and social media, it's important and allows you most of the times to keep in touch. But keep in mind that social media implies a certain level of connection. So don't overdo it. Don't overdo social media. Just try every opportunity that you have to get in touch with your network. That may be phone, that may be email, social media, text, or why not a coffee. Meeting someone face to face is very different from texting the person on Facebook. So the level of connection from these two engagements differ a lot, and you will benefit from more from meeting the person face to face. I would like to end by, comparing networking with the stars. And let's say that the stars are already already on the sky, but on the day you will never see them. The sun, it's there, it's shining brighter than the stars, and you always will see the sun, not the stars. Networking is similar to that in the night, and similar to that, the networking gives you the opportunity to shine, in the sense that networking may give you new job offers, may give you the opportunity for you to have better views on solving issues, because you have access to a greater circle of acquaintances and experience using your network. So take the opportunity to shine and enlarge your network. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Petre, for your speech. I've noted pretty much all the main points that you've said, and there are a few that when I've tried networking officially in the past, I didn't really use. So that explains why I probably didn't do a good job of it. Okay, now, should we take 1 minute for Slido feedback, or should we just let you, Catalin, take the reins and moderate the evaluation now?
I say we do the minute for feedback. If people want to do it anonymously, that is perfectly fine. Sly.to/tmcj is open. Let me post a link.
And question, should we go to the table topics now and then come back to the evaluation later? Or should we evaluate now and go to table topics after? Your decision.
Let's give it a minute of pause for everyone to go over their notes and submit feedback anonymously if they want to. And I say we do the evaluation now. I think it would be more interesting.
All right.
One question on my side is just a typical evaluation, or do I have, should I say something or just listen?
It is a typical evaluation, okay. But you get multiple perspectives.
Okay.
And it ends with my completions.
Okay.
All right. So welcome to this ad hoc public evaluation section. Petre actually invited us to shine and take this opportunity to shine. And I would like to extend that invitation for you as well to try to participate and find something nicer, something nice to say, or something that Petre might find easy to improve. Try not to take too long. We're going to have 4 or 5 people doing evaluations today. So try to be mindful of that. Is there anyone who would like to start to give some feedback to Petre over here? Anyone in particular? Would be really great if people who do not have roles today. Claudio, for example, do you have any suggestions you might want to add?
Okay, let's say I would like the final was very, very tough with this conclusion to shine. It's very important for everybody in one networking to have this ability to make one step forward and keep anyway connection with the people who has met him in the past. And very important is to, after your meeting with this person, to make follow-up. That means also to text, to have a coffee break or something. It was very good who explained a lot of stuff, Peter, in this situation. Finally, it's a good topics, a good 3 point. I saw 3 point. You said 3 point and you give more information about that. And the final was very, very strong for me, and I have it in mind for a long time. Thanks. Good speech, Peter.
Thank you very, very much, Claudio. I'm looking around through the list. If anyone wants to join, feel free to type in chat. Otherwise, I'm going to nominate a few other people. If anyone would like to add some points. Looking at guests and, oh, Razvan, come on. Let's step up. What do you want to say?
Wait, I forgot I had to unmute myself. So first of all, I want to congratulate you, Petre, on the speech. It was a good speech. I really loved your structure. It was easy to follow. You started with your vision over networking. Then you told us why you are explaining us the networking skills that we need. And then it was an easy to follow up structure with 3 points to improve and one that you advised us not to do. I would recommend next time you use more body language and maybe get up while you're holding a speech, not chair. But honestly, you can do this chair thing while sitting down because you have a really great voice for storytelling. It just, I advise you to not use phrases that get us out of the story. Like at some point, you were very calm and you were telling us something and you told us, my time is almost over, so I will tell you one thing that you're not allowed to do. And honestly, I came back there and I was like, oh yeah, he's holding a speech, he has time. You know, I think there you missed the moment to come closer to me as a listener. And at the end, you can end with the bang, with the stars, or in a speech like this, I think you can end even with a sum up because you're trying to teach us something and it's easier for us to remember the last words you said. Thank you for your speech.
Thank you very much for your evaluation, Razvan. We have one person in here who's not part of the club. Roberta, do you have any feedback you might want to give Petre, for example?
Just a second. So I think that this was the first time when I have been hearing one of your speech, Petre. I really like the calm in your voice. I think that Razvan managed to add the constructive feedback. I have the impression that it's short considering the topic, and my suggestion maybe for you for the future is to I don't know, stay a little bit maybe and go to networking event and observe in depth and come up with more details and suggestions, because actually in this world I don't know if we have a person that really invests time in order to tell us what should be done during the event, this kind of event, after the event, and all we are seeing now is networking and so on. So thank you very much for your speech and keep up the good work. Thank you.
And thank you very much for your valuable feedback, Roberta. I would like to conclude this section with my feedback as well. I agree with what was said before. I also want to congratulate you on your structure, and I think that your calm voice is suitable for this kind of information, for an informational speech. The things that I think you can improve on and you can work on a little bit more are especially the start of your speech, the way we get into it, because you have a very, very long introduction that left you very little time for the meat of your speech. You can come up with a bang and rise up the energy. And I would like to double down on the suggestion Razvan came with in terms of your body language. You can expand a little bit before the speech. You can start moving just to build up some energy to be able to make that impact right at the beginning. So just move a little bit, stretch out. Maybe that helps you bring in some more energy to the speech to capture our attention a little bit more. Likewise, I think the excuses that you made in the speech might distract the audience, excusing people about the objectives that you may or may not have followed, the fact that you don't have time, the same way they can distract from the speech and decrease your authority, an aspect which I think Roberta also noticed in some way, that you that somehow you needed a little bit more authority to follow your message and agree fully to it. I'd like to summarize that your structure was really good. It was easy to follow. The tips themselves were easily structured and easy to follow and very valuable. And again, I recommend you work on your energy and that you shorten your introduction a little bit. Thank you very much, and I would like to thank everyone who participated in this little experiment.
Thank you for that, Katalin. I've liked the way this panel went, and I think we can use it for other times when situations like this might occur. And thank you to everybody who contributed their revelations as well. I assume we don't take a break before we move into the table topic section. So then we will move into the table topic section. Fun fact, I found out in the meantime how Socata is called in English. Apparently it's elderflower cordial. So just so you know, it might come in, oh God, my headphones. If I'll throw them during this session, I apologize. All right, for the table topic section, we have someone who is very eager to invite you all in front, or most of you hopefully, to deliver speeches. And that person, you may know or you may not, I will tell you, is Adelina Platon, who is tonight's table topics master. And her question, or answer, sorry, to the question of the evening is the following. I wanted for this summer to have a break on a mountain. So after this weekend, I can say mission accomplished. I have seen the pictures, very nice. A song that always pops up memories about one of my summer holidays is Clean Bandit, Rather Be, featuring Jess Glynn or Gline, not sure on the pronunciation. So I will ask Adelina to come in front and to introduce the table topic section for you. Adelina, please join us. Let's welcome her with a round of applause.
Hello everyone, welcome to the coolest part of the evening. I say it's the coolest because you have the opportunity to travel wherever you want, even to the seaside through this journey. The rules for this game, let's say it, is you can come on the stage, the virtual stage, and have a speech during 2 minutes or less, or whatever you're comfortable. I prepared 6 subjects, and you have 20 seconds to think about your speech, and after that you have those 2 minutes to deliver it. The timer will help us with time guiding, and will show us the green card when it's 1 minute. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, you'll see the yellow card. And when you reach those 2 minutes, you're gonna see the red card. So I will kindly ask you to join the Zoom group chat and write your name, or why not raise your hand and I will pick you. I have some juicy subjects, so who's the first one? Razvan. Okay, welcome. Please choose a number between 1 and 6.
5.
5. You want tickets for your favorite exotic location, but your boss doesn't allow you to leave work in that period. How do you convince him to let you go? You want me to repeat the subject?
Yes, please.
Okay, so you want tickets for your favorite exotic location, Maldives, Hawaii, but your boss doesn't allow you to leave work in that period of time. How do you convince him or her to let you?
Okay, so, sir, Mr. Boss, please, I want to talk to you today. It is about the free days, but not my free days. No, it is about the free days of people all over the world. When you think of them, aren't you happy? Like, just imagine people with 3 days on a beach in Bali, in Thailand, or even, I don't know, you name it, Insulele Canare. I'm sorry, I didn't have the translation for this. Just think of them and how happy they are because they got their 3 days with their families. Now, it is true, I don't have a family, but let's be honest, for the spirit of the 3 days all over the world, could you please give me at least 5 out of the 7 days? Is it just so we don't disrupt the energy of the 3 days? Like, come on, like probably someone will be sad because I don't get a free day. And someone besides me, because as you can see, I'm really sad right now because I'm not getting those 3 days, man. And I really need them, man. Please give me a free day, man, please. Oh my God. Thank you.
Thank you too, Razvan. I think you convinced me. Okay, who's the next brave person who want to, I don't know, struggle or challenge his or her creativity? Christy.
Hopefully my mic won't kill all of you.
Please pick a number between 1 and 6 without 5.
1.
1. What's your favorite summer activity?
Okay. Actually, a good question. All right. I would probably say the holiday, but that wouldn't technically be an activity. I don't have a particular one. I enjoy swimming, so whenever I get the chance to swim, I like it. And mostly that tends to happen in the summer. I also like indoor swimming. It's more fun though to swim outdoors. Other than that though, I don't think I have a particular sport or activity that I really, really enjoy in the summer. Coincidentally, most concerts that I go to happen in the summer. Oh, I like that a lot. So, but I can't say it's a summer activity because it happens in other seasons as well. However, what I like the most about summer is just the general atmosphere, both figuratively and literally. And the spirits, and I don't mean the ones that come in bottles, are very high during summer. Wake up much more energized than in other seasons, just because it's summer. And also the day seems to pass, I don't know, with a better feeling all over, even if you tend to have a bad day only because it's summer. So it's kind of therapeutic in a way. I guess I just like summer for being summer. I don't know. However, my second favorite season is winter. So I'm at extreme poles. And that's just because it is so different from summer, and you get all the other good parts of things that you don't have during the summer. If you feel you're too hot during the summer, well, guess what? In the winter, it's just perfect. You might be too cold, but getting warmer feels much better than trying to cool off in the summer when you literally can't do it anyhow. Whereas you can somehow warm up in the winter, either with a tea or with something. So that's an advantage for winter over summer. So I would say, in conclusion, maybe swimming. I think that would be probably, as an activity, the most favorite one. And otherwise, just summer itself. Thank you. Goodbye. Thank you, microphone, for being so kind to all your ears.
Thank you, Christy, and thank you to your microphone also. Okay, who's the third speaker of this evening? Claudio. Please choose a number between 1 and 6 without 1 and 5.
3.
3?
Yeah.
Describe your ideal holiday.
Seems to be easy, let's say, because I have this idea in mind. And the ideal holiday should be somewhere on the exotic island nearby Blue Lagoon, surrounded by the palm tree with nice local song like music, exotic reggae song, something like that. And reading one very good book about adventure in the one exotic island, let's say, and to discover the specific of the island and also to have the possibility to investigate the entire island, walking or just to be in contact with the local person to understand the behavior and the tradition, and also to buy some souvenir to the people who I loved. So I think the idea is to just to hear the waves of the seaside, and also to make scuba diving and to see a lot of colored fishes who are swimming and surround me, and to be very, very excited what beauty I see around me. Thank you.
Thank you to Claudio. Let's move to the fourth speaker of this section, who is volunteering. Maybe some of our guests. Maybe Katalin.
Yeah, let's do a quick one.
I just, the fingers and everything.
Let's do one. What numbers do we have?
2, 4, or 6?
6.
6.
Oh, 6.
What's the coolest place you ever visited and why? What's the coolest place you ever visited and why?
Whenever you go to visit a place, you have to pick the time right. It's very, very important. You can't just go there whenever you want. It has to be the right time for it. Like, have you ever been to a good amusement park? I've once been to an amazing Six Flags, but it's not just the place. It's not just that it was a fun park. It was the middle of April on a weekday, not during the weekend. In the middle of April in an amusement park, there's one amazing benefit that you get. There are no lines. At most, I had to wait 2 rides for absolutely anything, 2 turns for any single ride in the entire park. Some of those were maintenance runs. They're doing tests, they're evaluating, they're checking things out, but you're basically not waiting at all, and you're just going and having fun on absolutely all of the rides possible. We were a group of 6 or 7 people going upside down rides, the most extreme roller coasters you can imagine, without having to wait for any of them. This was in the United States. I'm not even sure if there are Six Flags in Europe, but any amusement park is amazing, be it one for children like Disneyland or Lego parks or so on, or some of the most adventurous ones. But if you really want to go, I recommend that you do it in the middle of the year, out of season, during a weekday, to avoid all the crowds and have the absolute most fun that you can imagine.
Thank you, Katalin. I have 2 more subjects, so let's see if we have 2 more speakers. Goody.
I can try one.
Okay, you can pick between 2 and 4.
2.
2. You book for a holiday on the beach, but when you get there, the weather is not on your side. It's raining every single day. What would you do to still enjoy your vacation? I repeat, you book for a holiday on the beach. But when you get there, the weather is not on your side because it's raining every single day. What would you do to still enjoy your vacation?
I actually think this happened. So I think if it's raining on the seaside, I would just pick a place with an umbrella and read a book and listen to the rain and the sea. Usually for me, the holiday at the seaside is not about sun or getting tanned or crowds. It's more about listening to the sounds of the sea and letting my brain free and not have a screen in my face. So also the fact that I've befriended the rain, I think would help. In the earlier years of my life, I used to hate rain and run like crazy whenever a drop of rain would fall on my head if I would be outside. But I think something changed after I turned 30 and I saw the I don't know, the games, the pleasure of walking in the rain. So I think I would take advantage to read and to walk in the rain and then go somewhere warm and have a hot chocolate or something and be happy for being dry. I don't know. I don't think a vacation at the seaside with rain would be a ruined vacation. So yeah. Thank you.
Thank you to Ioana. I have one more subject left. Let's see if there's anyone brave enough to grab it. Okay, so no more volunteers. I will thank you for all of you who participated to this section. I will say your name again and ask the others to vote the speech they liked the most. So the first speaker was Razvan. The second speaker was Cristi. The third speaker was Claudiu. The fourth speaker was Cătălin. And the fifth speaker was Ioana. Thank you. And now I will give back the word to Cristi.
Thank you very much, Adelina. I've thoroughly enjoyed the session and the speeches. I wish it would have gone for longer, but we've had 5 out of 6. Great. Almost full, what was the word I was trying to say? Damn it. It slipped. I'm curious now, should we just say the winner like in a minute, or should we wait a bit and create some tension for a few minutes until we find out? Wait a bit. All right. First, let me vote as well. All righty. So we're still having at least, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds to vote. Yes. All right. 10, 9, 8, Alrighty then. So voting stopped. Hopefully most of you, if not all, voted. And, ooh, all right, Katalin, you will tell us later, or you'll tell me and I'll tell you who won. But now, I would like to hear some more from a certain few that have paid close attention to what we talked throughout this whole session. And for that, I'll need the help of Bianca to call back her team into action one by one. And I'm not sure if she's here anymore. Nope, something happened. That is sad to know. Let me see if she's said something on Facebook. I think she did. All right. Yep. So I will be taking the role of the general evaluator just for introducing the technical evaluators now. So I call in front, as they appear on the agenda, the grammarian, and I'd like to say sorry for missing the opportunity to say seaside during my speech. It was just like put there on a plate for me, but I didn't use it, so I apologize. All right, Ioana, and also happy birthday to you. I completely forgot to say that.
Thank you.
I had
fine.
it put in my notes to have a congratulations all together, but I forgot.
Thank you.
Nausicaa, thank you for reminding us. All right, Ioana, you have the stage. So
thank you very much, Christy. So you were very tricky, and you used the seaside by apologizing for not using seaside. Great. I wrote down this. You said at one point Bianca's response. I would say Bianca's answer. And I wrote as a creative expression, soccata. I liked it. I don't know why, but I really liked it. When you delivered your speech at Table Topics, you said the summer atmosphere. I think atmosphere is the layer surrounding the earth, so I would use summer vibes. And at one point you said, I like summer for being summer, and I wrote it down as a creative expression. I like summer for being summer. Bianca, I wrote down as a creative expression what you said, difficult evaluator, the audience, which is sometimes true. Marianne, you have pronounced pauses. I don't know. I don't know if I can reproduce it, but you have a specific way of saying pauses with a Z, with a strong Z, and I think it's a softer Z. Pauses. I think you have to look at the recording for you to better understand, but I would check the pronunciation for that word. You said, I will coming back. I will be coming back. And you said, as a creative expression, you used a seaside of ums. The correct form would be a sea of ums. Julia, you said the name of the role, say it, says it, and the time is finished. I would use the time is done, when the time is done. Kata, when you delivered your evaluation, I just wrote clean English. I found no mistake or specifically creative expression. And when you delivered your speech at Table Topics, you said something with 6 flags. And I wrote it down as a creative expression, not knowing that if that is the degree of complexity of the game, but maybe you can tell me later. Petre, what I would suggest for you is to pay a bit of attention at the verbal tenses and the way you use them. I have some examples, but I think it would be a more general advice. you said what I learned, what I have learned, what I've learned for short. Nothing changed at work. Nothing changed at work. I never kept in touch. And as a creative expression, I wrote preparation gives you intent and focus. I really loved it. Claude, I would suggest the same thing with paying a bit of attention to pronunciation. Again, you have a specific way of saying conclusion. It's a strong J there. I would use a softer one, conclusion. You said 3 points, being a plural. The final of the speech, I would use the end of the speech. And when you delivered your table topic speech, you said local person. I would use local people. And to make scuba diving, the correct form would be to scuba dive. Razvan, I wrote initially holding a speech, and I said the correct form would be delivering a speech, but then I researched some more, and there are situations in which it is correct. Roberta, again, for the pronunciation, I would intervene. You have a specific way of pronouncing events. The accent falls on the first letter. I would use a softer one and say events. Adelina, you said the timer will show us the green card when it's 1 minute. When 1 minute has passed, would be the correct form. Razvan, you said Insulele Canare, it's Canary Islands. And I liked the expression, the spirit of the 3 days. I would also like to congratulate Adelina and Christy, Bianca, and Marianne for using the word of the evening. Thank you.
Guess who's back? Back again. Congratulations, Ioana. And next we will be hearing about our fluency and our ums. And for that, I would like to invite Marianne on our virtual stage. Marianne?
Thank you, Bianca. I will present my report now, and I will start with Ioana. As a president, I did have time to catch anything. And for Christy, as a role of Toastmaster, you had 15 ums and also 8 inappropriate sound, like clapping, something like that. It will be nice to pay attention on that. Bianca, just 6 ums. Ioana, as a grammarian, you had 15 ums. Julia, no ums, but with something a little bit tricky, different poses without Z. And Catalin, as evaluator master, you had 5 ums. Petre, as a speaker, 26 ums. Claudio, first evaluator, you had 4 ums. Razvan, 6 ums. Roberta, also as a evaluator 6 ums. Adelina as a table topics master, you had 10 ums. Răzvan 2 ums on the improper speech. The second speaker from the improv, it was Christy with 6 ums. And after that, Claudiu with also 5 ums. Cătălin with improv speech, 5 ums. Ioana also improv speech with 5 ums. Thank you and have a good
Thank you, Marianne. And last but not the least again, let's see how we managed time on this meeting. And for that, I would like to invite Julia on stage to present her report. Julia?
Thank you, Bianca. First, I would like to congratulate Răzvan, Claudiu, Cătălin, and Ioana for delivering their speech on time. And for the first speaker, Petre, your allotted time was 7 minutes and you spoke for 10 minutes and 8 seconds. For table topics, Răzvan, you had 2 minutes and you used 1 minute and 21 seconds. Christy, you spoke for 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Claudiu, 1 minute and 29 seconds. Cătălin, 1 minute and 36 seconds. And Ioana, 1 minute and 48 seconds. Great job. For the evaluation session, the allotted time was 7 minutes and the use time was 6 minutes and 52 seconds. Marianne, as a cantor, you had 2 minutes and you spoke for 2 minutes and 26 seconds. And the grammarian, Ioana, you had 5 minutes and you used 5 minutes and 34 seconds. Back to you, Bianca.
So much. And with that, I would like to also present my report for this evening. First of all, I would like to thank you all and congratulate you all. And I would like to start with Ioana and congratulate her for her welcoming introduction. Next, Christy, you had a very summerish vibe and that was awesome. I think that you forgot to present the way our meeting is divided, meaning in 3 parts, and you didn't really, I mean, I know that we all know the structure here, but maybe it would have been useful. And also as Toastmaster, you controlled the way our meeting is planned, and maybe you didn't really should have asked if we have to take a minute, if we make the evaluation now. I mean, we are here at your service and you decide. Okay, Kata, congratulations on your creativity about this type of evaluation. It was really nice and different. Adelina, you had really nice themes and congratulate on your, I want to congratulate you on your level of adaptability to the situation, because at first people were a bit reserved, but you managed the situation really well. Ioana, as a grammarian, you had a constructive evaluation with really good examples. Marianne, also a very constructive evaluation, and maybe I would suggest not to repeat at improv speeches the name of the speaker and then again, and I quote, at improv. I mean, maybe you can say just once at impromptu speeches and then the name of the speakers. You would save time, but not something very important. Julia, congratulations on your effectiveness, because your report was extremely effective. And with that, I would like to end my report and say that this session was really summarish for me. And with that, I would like to ask Christy to rejoin the virtual stage. Thank you.
Thank you, Bianca, for the feedback. And thank you, everybody, for participating. We are closing. We are close to closing now. Before we do that, however, I want to congratulate someone who participated courageously during the table topics section. And I want from all of you a bit of noise to create some atmosphere. On mute, it's a different type of noise. It's a very special one. Razvan and Ioana. 2 winners, baby, 2 winners. Yeah. Oh, yes, yes. So because it's not that good to listen to 2 people at once, I will ask in, I guess, alphabetical order, Ioana first to tell us how do you feel about this, and say why we should all have participated at the table topic section.
Because it's good to do things you don't like. I was horrible at table topics. I still think I am horrible at table topics, but at least I'm not afraid of them anymore. So yeah, sometimes it's good to do things you are afraid of, or you just don't particularly love, in order for the fear not to overcome you. Thank you. And because it's fun.
All right, thank you, Ioana, very much. I can say we are not necessarily all in agreement with you that your speech was terrible, only because the results speak for themselves. So that's a contradiction I hope you won't be upset about. All right, now, Razvan, your turn to please tell us how do you feel after winning, and to advise everybody why they should have participated.
It felt great and unexpected, honestly. I was rooting for Ioana, but so I was right somehow. Why should you guys be on the stage here? Well, because of picking up girls, guys. This is just talking to the guys. I don't want to be, I don't know if this is misogynist or feminist or something. I'm sorry. But I've noticed that since I've started doing table topics and roles throughout the meetings, I am a smooth guy when it comes to talking to girls for the first time. And it's easier to just say something that's not dumb, and usually it makes them laugh. So I recommend you going for table topics because you develop your spontaneity. You guys know the word.
Wow, okay. So to sum up what Razvan said, participate in Table Topics Masters to get chicks. All right. Have to say though, regarding making them laugh, if you tell them jokes like the subjects that you create for the table topics sections, then I mean, I can totally see why that happens. I still remember the kilots on the planet Earth part, which was just one of the highlights. All right. Thank you, Razvan, for that. Katalin, hopefully all is good, right? There is still air flowing, I hope. Great. All right then. Now, before we officially close the session, I would like, at someone's request, to invite them to deliver a short talk before I give the space to Ioana. So I would like Petre to come in instead and say something, and then we will go to Ioana after. Petre, you have the word.
Mulțumesc. O să vorbesc în română pentru că cred că este o limbă mai potrivită atât pentru mine cât și pentru anul ăsta de Toastmasters. Despre ce vreau eu să vorbesc este, de fapt, aș vrea să luăm câteva minute să le mulțumim celor care au făcut parte din boardul Toastmasters 2019-2020. Astăzi este ultima lor ședință în calitate de membri efectivi ai boardului și aș vrea să ne punem toți microfoanele sau să ne luăm microfoanele de pe mult și să-i aplaudăm așa cum se cuvine pe toți cei care au făcut parte din boardul 2019-2020. Haideți! De ce aș vrea să facem asta? Pentru că o merită. Au depus un efort enorm anul Toastmastericesc, care tocmai se încheie. Au avut parte de evenimente nemai întâlnite. Nu de fiecare dată te întâlnești cu un COVID și nu de fiecare dată ai parte de 4 luni de zile aproape de ședințe online. S-au adaptat de minune și cred eu, și bănuiesc că nu doar eu, că au făcut o treabă excelentă. Felicitări Ioana, felicitări Cătălin, felicitări Adelina și felicitări tuturor celor care nu sunt în ședință, dar vor fi cel mai probabil la evenimentul planificat pentru schimbarea ștafetei portului. Vă mulțumesc!
Și noi mulțumim! Foarte drăguț!
Cam asta voiam să zic. Mulțumesc pentru timp.
Mulțumim mult, Petre! Eu cred că nu are rost să mai zic multe. Am să zic un singur lucru doar înainte să o las pe Ioana să vorbească. Îmi cer scuze, mi-am amintit acum. Am pregătit, așa cum am spus la începutul sesiunii, și am trecut așa brusc în română, că na, pot.
Că suntem de-ai casei.
Așa. Am pus pe pagina evenimentului de Facebook un playlist, un link către playlist cu piesele pe care voi le-ați menționat ca fiind preferate sau unele din preferatele voastre și câteva bonus puse de mine pe care cumva planificasem să le pun și pe timpul sesiunii, dar am zis că le las așa. Sper să vă placă, să vă dea good summer vibe și toate cele. Dacă nu, please don't send hate mail. Thank you very much. Acum, Ioana, te rog pe tine să preiei și să închei ședința. Mulțumesc!
Mulțumesc foarte frumos! Sper că nu v-ați pus înapoi microfoanele de pe mute, pentru că aș vrea să vă rog același lucru, și anume să-i aplaudăm pe Cristi și pe Bianca pentru treaba grozavă pe care au făcut-o în seara asta. Mulțumim foarte frumos. O să rămân și eu în română. Ședințele din vară, ședințele de vară și ședințele în engleză de vară sunt o provocare diferită decât celelalte ședințe, pentru că ne e ușor mai inconfortabil să ne exprimăm într-o limbă care nu e limba maternă. Și cu atât mai mult cu cât e cald și frumos afară după pandemie, cred că e cu atât mai dificil de găsit roluri și de coordonat și de adus pe toată lumea cu atenția la ședințe, așa că mulțumesc frumos, chiar cred că ați făcut o treabă extraordinară și vă suntem recunoscători. O să trec repede la anunțurile administrative. Îmi spuneți așa un feedback non-verbal cu un thumbs up, thumbs down despre cum vi s-a părut ședința de astăzi? Vrea cineva să zică cu cuvinte ceva?
Mie mi-a plăcut. S-ar putea să fiu biased, dar mi-a plăcut.
Ești. Da, totul e ok. Da. Zi, Răzvan.
Am realizat așa că ședințele astea în care suntem într-un grup restrâns și suntem numai noi membri, îți dau mult mai mult loc să eșuezi și să testezi lucruri pe care nu le-ai mai testat până acum pe scenă. Adică, nu știu, poți să zici ce vrei tu, să faci ce vrei tu, pentru că suntem numai noi și noi la Toastmasters nu judecăm, ci creăm un mediu pentru sprijin reciproc. So, haideți și încercați de toate, faceți roluri ciudate, discursuri ciudate. Mi se pare super cool că avem șansa asta mai mare ca de obicei.
Da, să știi că, mulțumesc frumos, să știi că și eu simt spiritul de echipă mai mult în ședințele mai mici, pentru că, într-adevăr, pare că în ședințele mai mici se văd mai ușor poticnelile, dacă vrei, și se vede felul în care ceilalți încearcă să te salveze. Și chestia asta mi se pare fantastică, pentru că, în ciuda acestor lucruri, noi ne păstrăm profesionalismul situației și e cool și mie îmi place treaba asta. Mulțumesc frumos pentru feedback, Cristi și Răzvan. Iulia, cred că vrei să zici ceva?
Mi s-a părut că a fost foarte multă flexibilitate în seara aceasta. Au fost mici surprize pe care nu le prevăzuse nimeni. S-a și schimbat ceva în structura evaluării inițiale, dar toată lumea s-a adaptat așa de bine încât cred că e un pas serios spre evoluție. Cel puțin eu așa l-am preluat.
Așa este. Mulțumesc foarte frumos. Iulia, mai e cineva care vrea să zică ceva? Dacă nu, trec la discursurile administrative. La anunțurile administrative și anume, știți că săptămâna trecută ne-am întâlnit live, a fost foarte fain, astăzi ne-am întâlnit online, dar o să încercăm să ne vedem la mai multe ședințe live. Așa. Prin urmare, board-ul și trecut și actual face o combinație. Acolo încercăm să identificăm soluții în care să mergem din nou în amfiteatrul din HD și încercăm să găsim o modalitate de a aranja și cu administrația campusului universitar lucrurile acestea. Prin urmare, să vă așteptați să ne vedem live de acum înainte, cel puțin, probabil până tăbărăște din nou starea de urgență peste noi. Așa. Am aici un anunț administrativ cu multe semne de întrebare, ceea ce înseamnă că se supune discuției dacă vom face un eveniment de tranziție în a doua săptămână din iulie. Să vă explic despre ce este vorba pentru cine nu știe. Întotdeauna când se schimbă board-ul, echipa de ofițeri, se face un eveniment în care vechiul board predă ștafeta noului board. Facem acest lucru cu tot clubul, facem un eveniment în care de regulă mergem într-un loc în care mâncăm, bem, stăm la o poveste, ne facem mici atenții așa de bună aducere aminte a mandatului care tocmai a trecut sau de încurajarea celor care urmează, se face schimbul de pinuri și e foarte drăguț, e un eveniment de socializare în care noul board își ia așa un pic de energie din club și ne gândeam să facem evenimentul acesta în a doua săptămână din iulie. Din fericire, avem un organizator în persoana Biancăi. Sper că nu s-a schimbat nimic.
Nu, atâta că v-am să adaug ceva, dar termină tu și adaug.
Așa. Și ne gândeam la o variantă de locație și de dată. Bianca, te rog.
Încă sunt restricții legate de persoanele care au voie să stea la terasă și așa mai departe, încă nu știu ce o să fie, de fapt, peste 2 săptămâni, acum ar trebui să se prelungească mâine stare de alertă sau să se dea noi indicații. Eu mă gândeam să facem un eveniment care... Adică aș vrea, bineînțeles, să mergem și undeva la o terasă și așa mai departe, dar m-am gândit și să facem un mini treasure hunt pe echipe cu fostul și nou board. O să mai vorbesc asta și cu persoanele, nu doar, adică și toți ceilalți care sunt invitați și care vor să participe. Este un pic de organizat, dar m-am gândit că, ținând cont și de situația actuală, am putea să facem ori lucrul ăsta și apoi să ne vedem. Dar, da, o să aibă loc. Acum nu am decis încă o dată, că am zis că mai bine stabilim cam... Mă rog, eu am propus data respectivă, dar nu puteai acum și mai vedem.
Cumva, intenția cu care noi venim să spunem lucrurile astea este că vrem să dăm așa un heads up. Vedeți că urmează să se întâmple, poate o să vreți să fiți acolo și să have some fun. Deci revenim cu o dată mai exactă și cu o locație de îndată ce o identificăm, dar probabil că în vreo 2-3 săptămâni maxim. Și mai am un anunț din partea lui Cătălin, care zice: mulțumiri tuturor celor care continuă să se implice, să exerseze, să se joace pe scenele Toastmasters, atât cele fizice cât și cele virtuale. Cumva cade în aceeași linie pe care o menționasem, și anume că știu cât sunt de complicat de organizat ședințele de vară și mai ales ședințele în engleză de vară. Așa că vă mulțumim foarte frumos pentru implicare. Eu mă bucur tare că v-am văzut și că a fost așa o ședință drăguță și că se încheie acest mandat cu un vibe de vară destul de pozitiv. Mulțumesc foarte frumos, vă doresc o seară absolut minunată!